else, then you can get better idea of the topics that we are going to check. So this is like the level of introduction, guys, of many topics, okay? Just a quick question. Is anybody here graduating this semester? ¿Tengo algún candidato a graduarse? Según yo, no. ¿No? Creo que no. Es que otros
Según
chicos...
yo no, teacher.
No, según yo tampoco. Déjenme revisar mi lista de alumnitos que me dieron. Grupo 7, no hay nadie. Okay. Yes, because with some graduate students, I need to do something else besides this. Okay, guys, so let's start. I am going to share. Por ahí vi que llegó Alexa. Jime Vázquez. Is Jime Vázquez here?
Yes.
Thank you, Jime. Diego.
Makimis.
Thank you. And who else am I missing? That's it. Okay, guys. So the first thing we're going to do, I am going to show you a video, like the introduction for the topic that we're going to check today. Let me share my screen. This topic is very easy, guys. Okay, so let's watch this video. Let me turn my camera off and my microphone off. It should load. A ver, chicos, déjenme primero lo cargo sin compartir pantalla. Ah, ok, bien.
And I know you laid it down, contemplating out on time, where you took the road you thought it is so low.
Ok, caray. Ya me había cargado el...
No, te caigas. I know you laying down, contemplating out on time.
Let's check.
Ay.
Where's Mum?
I don't know. She called earlier and said she'd call back. She wants to speak to us both.
Did she sound happy or serious?
Happy?
Is she finally going out with your head teacher?
I'm not sure. But I think they've been seeing each other for a while. He didn't used to wear nice clothes, and recently he's looking quite cool.
I wonder if she'll start travelling less.
Maybe. She used to go away on really long trips, and these days it's maximum a week.
Oh. Hi, Mum. Are you in London?
Yes, surprise.
Are you writing about London?
Yes, I am. I'd forgotten how amazing it is, and it's near home.
So, do you have more reasons to stay near home these days?
No. Like what? Never mind. I just thought that I'm always abroad, but we've got one of the most interesting cities in the world just an hour from home, and I've never even written about it. So here I am. I haven't been here to visit for years. It's nothing like it used to be. The record shop I always used to visit is now a really cool cafe specialising in bubble tea.
So what else did you used to go to London for?
For fun. For concerts and to buy new clothes. But it didn't used to be as busy as it is now. I love what they've done on the South Bank. I hadn't seen the London Eye close up before, and the Tate Modern's an impressive building with great views of the bit that used to be the docks.
So is it all so different?
No, not completely. The area near the river is very different, but the West End hasn't changed much. The theatres are still great, and Piccadilly Circus looks a little different than it used to. But it's still a meeting place, and the lights are still there. But I like the new London. So,
Yes?
I've booked hotel rooms for the three of us for this weekend, so you can get to know London a bit better.
Cool. Wow.
I'll book your train tickets now and call you back in an hour or so, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, let me stop the video. Pausa antes de que se ponga. Okay, guys. So these videos are good. They are grammar snacks. They are called grammar snacks. And as you saw, they were talking about some habits they had in the past and how they contrasted with the present, their mom, and so on. So today we're going to check that topic. It's really easy, guys. It's passive voice. No, it's used to. So let me share my presentation with you. Remember, guys, all of my presentations are available on Canvas, okay? You just have to go to the modules section, and there you will find all of the presentations that I am showing you here in case you want to study or to complete your notes with it and to go over the presentation once more, okay, to complete your notes. I'm trying to make this different, but I don't know. There. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about past habits, and it's a very easy topic. The structure is this one below, used to, okay? So let's check here. Okay. The structure used to has two main uses, guys, and they are very similar. One of the uses is to talk about past habits, okay, or actions that were repeated in the past, okay, repeated actions in the past. For example, this thing here. I used to drink 15 to 20 cups of coffee. It was a past habit. I don't drink coffee anymore, okay? So we represent it with this structure in color blue, used to, and then we write the verb in base form. You don't need to touch the verb, okay? So this represents a past habit. Or for example, you can tell me, I don't know, when I was a kid, I used to watch SpongeBob. Maybe you don't watch it anymore, but it was your habit at a certain time. You were watching SpongeBob or eating a particular type of candy or playing a specific game. I don't know, okay? So we're talking about habits in the past. Here we have another example. My father used to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning. So this means that probably my father has now a different job, and now he gets up, or he wakes up at 6 or 7 o'clock. So this is in the past. It's a past habit or a repeated action in the past, okay? One more example. Ellen used to go to the gym every day, but let's suppose because of the pandemic, all the gyms were closed. Now she doesn't go to the gym, okay? It's just an example. So the structure, guys, is very easy. As you can see here, is only used to. This structure in blue color is always in the past because we're talking about past habits. After your structure used to, the next verb needs to be in base form. You don't touch it. And it doesn't really matter if it's I, you, he, she, it. If you notice in the first sentence, I have I as the subject. In the second sentence, the subject is my father, so it's equivalent to he. Or in this third sentence, it's a she. So it doesn't really matter your subject. The structure is always the same because it's in past, okay? So one of the main uses is to talk about past habits or repeated actions. Also, we're going to use the structure used to talk about past situations or past states that now have changed. Is kind of similar, guys. We're talking about things that were in a certain manner or in a certain way in the past, and now they are different, okay? For example, I used to be a coffee addict, Now, aquí está el contraste. Now I just drink water. Okay, so this was a past state or a past habit. Okay, or a past situation, and it's not like that anymore. So we usually contrast it with the present. I used to be a coffee addict. Now I just drink water. Or this example, my husband didn't used to drink orange juice, but now he drinks it every morning, okay, as a habit. This is example in negative of something that was not a habit in the past and now it became a habit, okay? So it's like all the way around. But notice that the structure is really simple, guys. You always have your structure in the past. If you want the negative, then you need to use the negative auxiliary, okay, guys, for the past tense, and that's it. The next slide is going to show you the affirmative, the negative, and the question form, and it's really, really easy, guys.
Teacher,
For example, yes,
can you
go back.
go back for a second,
Yes, of course.
please?
Ah, por cierto, ahorita que me dijo eso, Marisol. Remember, from today on, guys, you can start accumulating participations for second period, okay? Todas las participaciones que empiecen a tener a partir del día de hoy ya van para este parcial, ¿sale? Para sus quizzes de este parcial. Can I change the slide?
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you, Marisol. Okay, so let's check how we form the structure in affirmative, in negative, and in questions. You can use it for all of the sentences, okay? Affirmative, negative, and questions. For the affirmative form, and then you write your verb in base form. This means you don't touch your verb, okay? No se le pone S, no se le pone ing, nada, nada, nada. I used to play, or he used to go, or we used to swim in the lake, okay? For affirmative sentences. For negative sentences, what you do is to use the negative auxiliary didn't, and then when you write your structure used to, you don't write it in the past, you write it in base form, ¿ok? Vean cómo aquí cambio, chicos. Como ya estoy usando el didn't, aquí ya no toco el used, ya no lo pongo en pasado, ¿ok? It's similar to simple past tense, ¿ok? And then the next verb also goes in base form. You don't need to touch your verb. So you can say, for example, I don't know, we didn't used to buy masks, but now we do, okay? So it was something that was not considered a habit in the past, but now we have it in the present, okay? You can also use it for questions. And it's the same case, guys, like a past tense. When you use a question, you're going to start with your auxiliary did, and then the structure used to goes in base form, okay? It is exactly the same rule that for the negative. You don't touch the structure, and the following verb also goes in base form. For example, okay, did you used to eat broccoli when you were a kid? Yes, I did, or no, I didn't. That would be the short answer, okay? Or you can say, when I was a kid, I used to eat a lot of pasta. Now I hate it, for example. Or when I was a kid, I didn't used to like avocado. Many of you told me that in the oral exam, but now I eat it perfectly without any problems, okay? So in general, guys, we're talking about habits in the past or repeated actions in the past. Here you will see the usage. As we are mentioning, use it for repeated actions in the past. But if the action only occur once or twice, it's not a habit. So if it's not a habit, you don't use the structure used to. What you're going to do is to use the simple past tense, okay? We will see it in a moment. Let me write you an example. Let's say, okay, I bought a pizza. I bought pizza yesterday. Okay, this occurred yesterday only once, so it's not considered a habit. However, if you eat pizza every Friday, for example, then you can say, we used to eat pizza every Friday when I was 12, I don't know, or when I was a kid. Okay, so this is the main difference, guys. Let me get another color here. If it's a habit, you're going to use the structure used to. How do you know it's a habit? Because you mentioned some time marker every Friday or every Sunday, or you mentioned the word habit, okay? But this thing here, it happened only yesterday. It's not your habit to eat pizza. You eat it from time to time. So when it's not a habit, what you have to use is the simple past tense, like here, but. Esto me representa el simple past, okay? But if it was a habit in the past, then you need to use the structure used to and the verb in base form. Okay, guys? And it's really easy. It says here, this little circle, you can always use simple past, or past simple instead of used to when we talk about things that are not a habit, okay? But if it was a habit, then you go for this structure used to, okay? And can I clear my drawings, guys?
No, teacher.
Okay. Se los dejo ahí. In the meantime, let me signal something. Again, this is very important, guys. Your verbs should always go in base form. It doesn't really matter if it's affirmative, if it's negative, or if they are questions. Your verb should always be in base form. That means you don't touch your verb. Just beware, if you have a negative, like in this case, or you have a question, then you will need to use the auxiliary did or didn't for the negative, okay, guys? And then the short answer could also be with didn't. Did you used to play video games, a lot of video games when you were a teenager? Yes, I did, or no, I didn't, okay? Esa sería la respuesta corta. Respuesta larga. Yes, I did. I used to play a lot of God of War, or I don't know, guys, okay? Any video game. Any question, guys, about this topic? Está bien facilito, van a ver. Ahorita vamos a hacer un ejercicio. Can I erase my drawings?
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that's it, guys. Let me show you